team in the locker room, I'm usually one of those coaches that preaches defense and rebounding. And I thought tonight's game was really physical inside, and the rebounding was basically a draw. We got them by 1, I think, but certainly didn't dominate them. And our defense was good enough tonight. It really, we held them to 34%. So when our defense got set, it was good enough to win this game. But the problem, and we knew this coming in, is we have to take care of the ball better. And that's been, for those of you like Pat who've seen our team play all year, it's just been who we are. We can't take care of the ball. Tonight the game, it's a 9-point game, and we lose the turnover battle 20-5. They have 20 points off our turnovers, our 15 turnovers, and that was the game at halftime. It was a game in the second half. But you hold a team to 34%, you battle them, on the boards like we did tonight, and at some point you got to be able to make some shots. And we're really struggling making shots right now for whatever reason. And I think we've spent a lot of time in practice and shooting. If I look at this week alone, we've probably spent 3-4 hours, just on shooting the basketball. And we missed a lot of open looks tonight. And K-State was the tougher team, and they deserve to win because we if you're going to miss a bunch of shots, you better get some offensive rebounds. We had 5 at halftime. We had 1 in the second half. So if you're going to miss shots, you better go try to find second shots or get to the free throw line, which was really difficult to do tonight due to the physicality of the game, and came up short.
Dad, you said you were mostly pleased with the defense, but especially early, you guys were fouling a lot.
Yeah.
And then get to the free throw line. What was happening there?
Well, part of it was they were getting out in transition because we were turning the ball over. So they're a good transition defense or offense team, especially at home. And we knew that. Transition defense was our first defensive piece of the game plan, and so some of it was them getting downhill in transition and we foul, and some of it was just our inability to play disciplined basketball. Usually when you're fouling, it's because you're not moving your feet, you're reaching, you're leaving your feet on defense. You're doing something wrong. So yeah, fouls were part of it. They obviously shot the ball well from the foul line, 16 for 19. I think they were 9 for 9 at halftime. So yeah, I don't think our fouling was always because of bad defense. It might have been a couple of them, but not. But a lot of it was transition.
You mentioned the shooting, and during your time, you've had some of the best shooting teams in program history. You have guys that are shooting under what you expected out of them this season. Can you put your finger on why that's been the case kind of consistently these last few months?
Yeah, I can't, Pat. I wish I could. I got my degree in business finance. I didn't get it in psychology, unfortunately. I certainly would have if I knew I was going to be coaching someday. But we've got guys that are very capable, and I thought it would be coming into the season. I thought 3-point shooting would be a strength of our team, not a weakness, but it's turned into a weakness. And so I think that's probably a better question for each individual player than it is for their coach. But 4 for 23 with I thought pretty good looks. I didn't feel we had a couple maybe at the end of the shot clock, that we had to force up there. But of the 23 threes we took, 20 of them were, to me, wide open, efficient. We had 3 of them there at the end that were wide. I tell the official, we score, I want to call timeout. Let's cut this thing to 7 or 8 or 6, and we'll get a timeout, set up our press. We couldn't make a shot to stop the clock and get a timeout. So that's frustrating. I know our players are frustrated with it, and I'm frustrated. All I know is we get in the gym, we keep working on it. You just keep going back to what it is you need to do, and then at some point they got to start falling. And if they don't, then we know what our off-season game plan is for a lot of these guys. They know what it is for themselves too.
Anything else for Coach? Okay, thank you.